All right, how's it going, guys? I want to show you this game, TORAN. I thought was pretty cool, worthwhile just kind of walking through it. If you do have a VR setup, I highly recommend it. One thing, it's free, but even if you don't have a VR setup, I'll just walk you through it. I just think it's interesting, a very cool aesthetic. The idea is that you're a scientist and you've made some discovery on another world. Basically, it's some sort of transport portal, and it's your job to figure out how this transport portal is working. So you'll see once we get into the game. And that gets me every time. I don't know if you guys can hear. Okay, we got reality. Oh, really interactive. But in my ear, I hear an echo to simulate myself being in this cave.
Source. Tell us Central Command.
Ah, okay, these are my hands. This looks like there's a... So this is the game world. The whole game is played on this pad here. And this pad is supposed to be a transportation device built by an ancient civilization. And I've discovered it, and now I'm trying to figure out how to use this device. And another thing about the game aesthetic, I don't know if you guys can hear the echo in my ear as I have headphones on. I can hear an echo in my voice. Everything I say, it comes back as an echo as though I'm in an actual cave, so it's a nice touch of detail. So let's go ahead and proceed.
Professor, based on your measurements, the platform has indeed been used as a vessel for interstellar travel. We know that the chances of completing the navigational sequence are slim at best, but at this point we don't have much of a choice but to try. Whenever you are ready, you'll find the updated interfacing routines in the Science tab. This may be our last window of communication. Farewell, Professor. You are making history here. Operator out.
All right, so that's one of my colleagues, apparently. And then we can start to conduct some science. So it's just a very visually appealing game. All right, so this is the coolest part. You've got this orb. Let me see. And it looks very innocuous, but you can increase the size of it and then look at the inside and rotate it. All right, let's shrink it back down. So basically what happens is you get these puzzles inside the orb. By solving these puzzles, it inputs navigation coordinates to this device that I'm standing on. But just the way that this was implemented in VR is just amazing. I mean, let's see. So I'll go ahead and solve one. But just take a look at this. It's like I can expand it, and you can look around it. It's just like a star cluster. Or it reminds me of a star cluster. I don't know what it actually is. But it's just mesmerizing to me, in VR anyway. Because you get the depth perception. You can't touch it or interact with it, but it's like a star map. So cool. But anyway, let's go to the actual puzzle. So you've got this beam here. Just cool to look at. And then you've got a rotating axis, so you can see I can change the direction of the beam. So if I rotate it this way, there's another axis. Okay, and just like that, I've solved this first puzzle. So now there's another puzzle. Right? Just the ambience, the music, the colors. And it really reminds me of that scene in Minority Report where they're using that big screen and they use their hands to manipulate the, whatever's on the screen. That's what this feels like. Interesting. So it looks like we've got the beam, but this purple thing looks to be blocking it. Now, one of the cool things about this purple piece is that look at how it refracts the light from the other side, or at least that's an effect, right? Because in video games there's not really light. But you look over there, and then you look through this material, whatever this is, and you get some warping effects, which is really amazing. Anyway, let's go back to the puzzle at hand. Very cool. And so I figured out one navigation piece. So it's a very short free game. I guess maybe we'll go through a couple of these. You get a new puzzle, new star clusters. Right, again, I'm always amazed how this looks in VR. And then, I guess these are stars? I don't know what these pieces are. If I touch them, they glow. Interesting. But, yeah, I could be in this space for hours just looking at all these different things. But let's do the actual puzzle. Okay, so you got the beam again. Okay, that was an easy one. We got more of this purple stuff. All right. It's such an amazing game. Alright, we got the second one. Okay, what else is here? So it's just a cave. Okay, this will be the final one. Okay, we got the split here. Huh. Interesting. Okay. So we got to align the different beams. And we split the beams and then bring them back together. Well, I think that's good enough. I'll just leave it there. I didn't want to make this video too long, but just an amazing experience.